Hello, my friends. It's Shori with the Blissful Knowing, numerologist, intuitive counselor, and happiness coach. For a minute, I got stuck. But I'm back. Yay! I'm back live with a weekly guidance. We did our July energy report last week, but we also had guidance then, and I feel like I have used that guidance up. All of that guidance played out in my life multiple times, in many ways, in many scenarios. And so now I'm like, let's move on to something new. I'm ready for something fresh, and I also have an important update based on what we talked about last time with my mini readings. I wanted to share that with you. But while I'm waiting for some people to come on, I have to tell you guys a really quick, funny story. Even though I should be rushing because I have my timer set for 35 minutes, I have to be somewhere. So anyway, I was doing a phone session earlier and I heard a knock, and then I heard another knock, and it was loud. It was like knock, and it wasn't my front door, and I thought it was coming from upstairs at first, and it was just bang, bang, bang. Hi, Lisa. And so when you're a medium and you're used to talking to non-physical energies, it's not outside of your normal daily realm to have such crazy things as maybe a ghost trying to get attention, or non-physical energy, or someone's non-physical loved one trying to get your attention. So my first thought was, oh my gosh, bang, bang, bang. Someone wants to talk to my client. But very soon after that, I realized something. Yesterday, I was in my hammock, and the sun was starting to get onto it, so I moved it over a little bit closer to my house to get it more in the shade of my house. And so the wood part of my hammock that kind of keeps the shape of it, when the wind would blow, it was knocking against my house. So it was just my hammock. It wasn't a ghost. I would have thought that it was a ghost just because that's more normal for me. But no, it was just my hammock. So that was funny. We were laughing. Both my client and I were cracking up over that one. And there was another time when I was on the phone with a friend, and we were just getting so buzzed, and we felt all this high frequency energy come through, and we were just tapping into all of this spiritual wisdom. And I was on my dad's flip phone at the time, way back. This was way back. And I started to hear this noise, and it was like zoom, zoom, zoom. And I thought, oh my God, this is what I told my friend. I think we've gotten to such a high frequency that I'm like tapping in to an alien craft, to an extraterrestrial craft, because I'm hearing voom, voom, voom. So I was picturing this craft above my house just hovering and making that noise, even though from what I understand, the crafts are very silent, but I haven't had a sighting myself, but I know people who have. Anyway, it turns out that I wasn't familiar with how this phone worked, so it was just the phone letting me know that it was going to low battery. So those are my funny stories about times when I thought I was connecting with the non-physical energies and I wasn't, but fortunately I know now that I can connect with non-physical, and they're usually not quite as dramatic as those stories. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little funny thing. So I'm going to pull our 4 cards. We're going to do our cards from the Blissful Knowing Inner Guidance deck, what we have, what we want, what we need, and what we get. And I'm going to tell you my quick update. So last week we talked in length about July's energies, and I hope that you guys got to see that. I'm going to put that link below. I want to remind you that we have energies of getting things done, but we also have energies of rest and rejuvenation and having faith and trusting in divine timing. And I talked a lot about channeling your inner Eckhart Tolle versus your inner Karen, because we have a lot, and I'm sorry to my Karen friends, I love you, so I don't want to use that word. I really don't. I wish there was a better word, but I know you guys know what I mean. So there is a lot of uptight energy right now with the 4 in the numerology, and it can be kind of judgmental, self-righteous, and really wants to kind of micromanage things and stuff, and has strong opinions. So I mentioned to you guys that if you could just observe your own tendencies to react or to judge or to get into some altercation situation, to bring in the 7 energy of Zen, observer, and non-reaction. So I've had to remind myself of that a couple times too. So if you didn't get to watch last week's live stream, I really, really recommend that you do, because it had a lot of good content there. So I'm going to link that below, and you can watch that, and you can hear all about July's energies. I don't think I have much time to go into any more about it right now, because I want to go to the cards, and I've got to go. We're on a schedule, which is very by the way, to-do list and scheduling and times, 28 minutes. Okay, if I have time after the cards, I'll go back into July a little bit more. Oh my gosh, but what I need to tell you, why I really came on here besides the guidance, was so last week I talked about how I was offering something new, build your own mini readings, as a way for you to ask me a question and me to send you a written response, so that we don't have to schedule a phone session if you don't have the time, or if maybe you just have one question you want to know more about. And so the interesting thing that happened is I did many readings last week. Many, but not many. Why? Because none of them actually ended up being mini readings. Even though they ordered mini readings, each reading ended up being at least one full page of text, written as a letter from the client's spirit guides. So a full page letter, some were 2 full pages long, beautiful messages, and the feedback I got was, wow, this is above and beyond anything I expected. I felt it in my heart. It made me cry. I feel so much lighter now. And so the feedback was very positive. However, my fingers were literally cramping up, and I felt like I'd written a term paper, because it was just so much work. It would take me at least an hour to do a reading. So I was like, this doesn't feel mini at all. This isn't what I was expecting. I thought I'd be able to do little blurbs, but it's full pages of letters from your guides, very beautiful letters from your guides. So what I was inspired to do is to adjust my listing, and now it's not called Build Your Own Mini Readings anymore. It's called Build Your Own Reading, and it's still written content, and you have 2 choices now. You can do the mini version, which could be 1 sentence of a response. It could be up to 1 paragraph of a response, or you can now order the add-on option of the extensive reading, which would be the letter from your guides, 1 to 2 pages from your guides, hearing their perspective on the situation. So that gives you guys lots of options. It's going to be really interesting to see if I actually if I'm actually able to write a mini reading response, or if everything ends up being still these long letters. We'll see what happens. But if that's the case, I might not do the mini readings on my website. I might just do it like on the fly when I have time. Just do quick things for people, like in the moment, like I used to, just post and say, hey, do you guys need guidance? And I'll be at the ready to just give you guys a quick response. We'll see how it goes. We're still in this collecting data phase, research testing phase, which is very much the 7 energy we're in, which is contemplation. But we're also in the 4 energy of building. So building something new, that's what I'm trying to do on my website, but I'm still contemplating the best route. So I'm going to link that below. That's called Build Your Own Reading, and it's under the category of written readings or mini readings on my website, in my shop, on theblissfulknowing.com. Okay, got that out of the way. Time for cards. Yay, yay, yay. Here we go. What we have, what we want, what we need, and what we get. I don't even think I mentioned we're doing our blessing to remember from the Zen Blossoms, and our challenge to embrace from the Love is Everywhere Hearts in Nature deck. All of these decks I've made. We had challenge to embrace of togetherness 2 weeks ago, and we had challenge to embrace of romance last week. Those cards may or may not be taking a time out from the deck. Who knows? Just saying. I'm ready for a different challenge. That's all I'm saying. Okay, sneaky, sneaky. All right, what we have, want, need, and get from the Blissful Knowing Inner Guidance cards. Here we go. What we have. Ooh, yes. I'm ready for pom-poms. Ooh, I love it. All right, what do we have? Seeds of potential. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Feeling it so much. Yes, yes. We have seeds of potential. You are a field of infinite possibilities. There is tremendous potential in the new beginning that awaits you. Remain open to all opportunities and act on your ideas and inspirations. Trust that you will continue to be guided throughout the unfolding of this new endeavor. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that's exactly what's been happening, because this is what we have. with this idea of wanting to offer you guys a written reading so you can just order something and know that the guidance is coming your way without having to set up an appointment. And now you have the option of doing a little reading or a more extensive reading so that you are going to get the right amount of information depending on how much you feel you need to know. Seeds of potential. Yes. Loving this. Loving this. Okay. By the way, guys, I wanted to wear my new shirt, Natural High, because we're in the 7 energy that loves nature and gets high off of nature. So I hope you guys have been spending some time outside. I don't know if you could see my shirt. I always feel like no matter how many cushions I put on my chair, I cannot get in the screen. I don't know what's going on. Can't fit it all in. I guess I have to maybe push my phone back a little bit further. Okay, seeds of potential. Speaking of pushing things back further, there we go. Alrighty. Seeds of potential is what we have. I love that. That's such a great way to start our reading. What do we want? Ooh, this is so good. Okay. Incoming messages. Incoming messages is what we want. Excuse me, I'm resonating so strongly with these cards. Your higher self is in constant communication with you. However, we must learn to recognize the intuitive whispers that are repeatedly being sent our way. Messages come through many avenues, such as gut feelings, symbols, song lyrics, random subjects being brought up in conversations, and more. Pay attention to the signs that are doing their best to get you to notice them. They are life's guiding lights along your path, and they are here to lead you in the direction of your desires. Love, 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 love. Remember, if you watched last week's live stream about July, we are in the energies of spiritual seeking, spiritual learning. So the 7 energy is very, very connected. It's the faith seeker energy. It's connected to those higher realms. And so it's as if the veil is thinner. It's as if your antenna is higher and you have a clearer signal and you're more in more of a receptive mode during this 7 energy. When it's very meditative, it's very quiet. If you can get out in nature or if you can find some quiet time, really, really tune in. And that's why I was saying it's such a perfect time for me to offer these readings to you guys from your guides, because this is a time when you might be seeking more on a spiritual level, seeking more knowledge. And so I wanted to be able to offer my gifts and talents and tap into that wisdom and that knowledge from your higher self and your guides and be able to share that with you through the written readings. Also want to tell you something funny. I almost brought back the Magic Shuffle for this reading because I started to question these last few readings I've done without the Magic Shuffle. I was like, I don't know, maybe I should go back to the Magic Shuffle. Maybe those are better readings. And the reason why I said that, the Magic Shuffle is when I used to just let the cards fly out, but it was very noisy and time consuming, and that's why I stopped. The reason why I said that is because my ego was judging the live streams and the messages coming through, because I was like, I don't like them. I don't like Romance Challenge to Embrace. I don't like Togetherness Challenge to Embrace. It was judging it. And all of the guidance that's come through in all these sessions I'm referring to was accurate. But my ego didn't like it. My ego wanted to control things and make it more percolicious. And I'm just laughing about that. But the reason why I'm telling you that is because even when I've gone to people who do what I do, and they've given me messages from my higher self, sometimes I will reject that guidance. My ego will go, no, that doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right. No, that can't be true. And so when I do it, it's got a recording that comes with. And when I listen back to the recording a week or two later, it all clicks for me. It all makes sense, just like when I do these readings and it doesn't click until maybe a few days have gone by and all of the cards make sense because they've played out, because they're predictive reading. And so when I'm offering you guys a written reading, if you've gotten a written reading from me in the last week with this new offer that I have, this new service, read it again. Okay? So if you had a reaction to it the first time and you're like, I don't know, read it again. Go back with a softer, more open mind and read it again. That is my advice to you, because our ego wants to judge. And I even posted a funny meme a few days ago about the look on my ego's face when my higher self tries to tell me something. we tend to, our ego tends to reject it if we think it's not what we want to hear. And the advice that comes through isn't necessarily what we want to hear, it's what we need to hear, and it's what will help fulfill us the most. So keep that in mind when you're watching these. Keep that in mind when you get readings from me, if you do. Usually the phone readings are very different. They're like, oh yeah, I get that. It's all clicks and clicks and clicks. But this energy that's coming through from your guides is very different. It's so funny because it's definitely not my way of talking. It's not my personality. And I was telling my client today, I'm like, there's like very few exclamation points in this writing. And so you know it's not me. Because I'm like, let's cut to the chase. I wanted to do the mini readings. I wanted to do, let's give you guys the guidance. But no, they are drawing it out elaborately and very softly and gently, because that's the energy with how they guide you, very subtly, very gently. They're not in your face. Like I'm like, come on, let's get the answer. They're like, we're just going to softly talk to you about this. Anyway, okay, so let's go back to our cards. This is what we have. This is what we want. It's all making sense to me right now. What do we need? Ooh, geez, these are good. These are so good. This is a pom-pom. Thank you. See, I didn't need the magic shuffle to read cards that I like. What do we need? Use your gifts and talents. Ah, yes, yes, yes. That 4 energy, it wants to work. It doesn't. It wants to build something. So build something with your gifts and talents, just like I'm building this new reading offer, and it's actually called Build Your Own Reading. I wanted to change it to customized reading, but I wanted to also be able to leave the link as it was. So use your gifts and talents, because it changes the whole thing when you search. It's a pain. Okay, what do we need? Use your gifts and talents. Your talents and gifts are unique to you. You were born with them because they are inherent to your life's path and soul's mission. The feeling of joy you receive when you are expressing these natural abilities is an indicator that you are in alignment with your truest self. I think alignment, that was like a Jersey thing that came through. I'll read it again with my Midwest Southwest accent. The feeling of joy you receive when you are expressing these natural abilities is an indicator that you are in alignment with your truest self. Expressing yourself in this way can make a positive contribution to the lives of others. Offer your gifts and talents to the world. They are meant to be shared and received. This is one of my favorite, hi Debbie. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck. It's my favorite color. I used to call it Fireball Fuchsia. When I would go to Kinko's, it's more like a magenta. But this color is like, reminds me of passion. So what are you passionate about? Use your gifts and talents. We'll see you on the replay, Debbie, hopefully. I love that so much. And for my fellow Tauruses, Taurus is also about, it rules the second house in astrology, which is about your gifts and talents. So maybe that's why I love it, because my Taurus sun sign. All right, what do we get? Fingers crossed that it's 4 for 4 so far. I'm loving these first 3 cards. I know can't win them all, but let's just see. What do we get? Please be good, please be good, please be good. Ha! I like it. I can take this. Find some downtime. Oh yes, I welcome that. I absolutely do. Find some downtime. Remember, we're in the 7 energy of July, which is about stillness, rejuvenation. It's the sabbatical energy. It's saying you fill up your cup. We just had 2 big shifts in the astrology. Both Mercury and Mars shifted signs. Mars went from Aries, a fire sign, very fast. Mars actually rules Aries, so fire sign of moving very fast, to Mars in Taurus, which is slowing things down. Mars is our passion and our action, and so instead of having all that fiery, which can also be very aggressive, we moved into Taurus. Mars moved into Taurus yesterday, slows things down. And then Mercury, our mindset, moved from Gemini, which is very, very fast and thinky and talky and chatty. Another air, that's an air sign, into Cancer. So that's more nurturing. We're bringing in that nurturing energy, just slower energy together, those two, much more than what we had, because we went from fire and air to earth and water. So find some downtime. Maybe you felt the slowness shift in the last 24 hours. Find some downtime is what we get, and I totally welcome this card. And I love that Linda got find some downtime for what she's moving towards. That's one of my favorite spreads, the one that what are we learning, what are we moving towards, what advice can we take along the journey. So find some downtime, what we get. You've been expending a lot of physical and or mental energy, and it's time to give yourself a break. Find something relaxing to do or simply just be. There are great benefits to resting, including clear focus and renewed energy. Take the pressure off and allow yourself to do whatever it is that feels good to you. Know that you deserve this. It is essential to your well-being. I cannot stress that enough. It is essential to your well-being. We live in a society that pushes productivity and values, gives you the impression that your value is in direct accordance, direct relationship to your productivity. The 4 wants to get things done. It really has that to-do list. It's taskmaster. It's like, I have this to do, I have this to do, I have this to do, I have this to do. The 7 says, hold up, dude. Hold up, be still. That was a joke from last week. Be still, be present, and wait for inspiration so that you know that the time is right to do what you need to do. You don't have to plow through that to-do list if it doesn't feel right. Don't force it. Don't put pressure on yourself. Find some downtime. Trust in divine timing. It's been a big theme. We had trust the timing as our card last week. Big theme. You can still get everything done. Remember the quote from last week, nature doesn't hurry, but everything gets accomplished. Keep that in mind. I didn't think I'd be able to get this live stream in, and then poof, I got the inspiration, the motivation, the momentum, and I was like, okay, here we go. Never thought I'd be able to squeeze that in. In fact, let me see how much time we have. 11 minutes. We are doing well. 11 minutes and 50 seconds. I think that deserves a poof. Okay. So love these cards. I love knowing that find some downtime is what we get. I'm not going to be going live for a while. So this is going to be our what we get for several weeks. And I love that. I really do. I'm ready to do the 7 unplug, the 7 sabbatical, meditative, stillness, rejuvenation phase, because I've been doing a lot of the 4 get her done, build, work phase. All right. Blessing to remember and challenge to embrace. Blessing to remember from our Zen Blossoms Flowering Intuition cards. Ho, did I not just say it? Look at that, guys. Timing. And this is so, my God, this image is just too perfect for my recent quote, because this is a desert blue hibiscus, even though I know it looks purple. And it's in mid-bloom. So it's swirled up, and it's going to unfurl into full bloomage, but it hasn't yet. And what did I just say? Nature doesn't hurry, yet everything gets accomplished. Nature doesn't stress. Flowers don't stress. When am I going to bloom? When am I going to bloom? I have to bloom. I have to get it done. Blooming is on my to-do list. No. I've channeled flowers. I had to channel all the flowers just for this deck. They don't talk like that. Not at all. So here we go again with the theme. Trust the timing. This is about patience. This is about letting things unfold. This is about trusting in the divine timing, the divine order of things, allowing the gradual unfolding, trusting the process of life. The 4 wants productivity. It wants results. It wants physical action. It wants physical results. It wants to see things are getting done. And it gets uptight. It does. Trust me. I know. I have 4 in my chart, guys. Okay. I'm not immune to this. And Taurus is actually equivalent to 4. So Taurus is about patience. It's about slow and steady wins the race. Timing is our blessing to remember that nature, we are part of nature. It's a divine part of nature. So we too, just like the flower, will bloom in time. Don't stress it. What does higher self say? Dude, chill, dude, chill. Lisa loves Taurus. We're both Tauruses. I love my fellow Taurus peeps. Okay, it's my Capricorn rising that is so uptight, though. I really do think that. No offense to my fellow Capricorns, but last week I did mention I have my nickname Capricorn Karen for when I get crazy like that. No offense to Karens or Capricorns. I love you all. Oh, yay, Kimberly. Thank you. She says she really needed to hear this. Yes. Okay, last card, challenge to embrace. It's not going to be togetherness, and it's not going to be romance. How do I know that? Let's just say again, Certain cards may be taking a time out. I suck at winking. I can't. I look like a total dork winking. Certain cards may be taking a time out. Just saying. Yes, my ego wants to control them. My 4 wants to micromanage. I don't care. We are going to get a good card for a challenge to embrace. Ah! Yes, 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 yes. I feel like when Harry met Sally, I'm telling you guys, I feel like Sally right now. I'm so happy with this reading. I am so happy with this reading. Okay, guys, I have to tell you what I told my client today because I had the same thing happen when I pulled the card for her and I had a reaction like I just did. And I'm like, it's called a cardgasm, okay? You guys have all seen me do it on the live stream many times. Here we are. It happened, all right? So here it is, guys. Challenge to embrace is shine. Shine, 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 shine. Oh my gosh, shine. Oh, hallelujah. Shine. That's our challenge to embrace. I love that. I love that as a challenge to embrace. I absolutely love that. Be your true self. Use your gifts and talents. Share them with the world. Shine, beam. Let the fullness of who you are ooze through your pores into the frequency soup that connects us all, and let everyone feel the ripple effects of your sparklelicious, divine fabulousness. Shine. Ah, yes, I can work with this. Thank you, guides. Thank you. Answered prayer. All the cards are delicious. Poofalicious. Syncolicious. And now sparkalicious. This is a lemon, by the way. I know it looks like an orange, but it's so glistening. Look at it. It's beaming sun rays out of its heart. Beam the rays out of your heart. You would not even, science has quantified this. How far the energy beams out of your heart aura. It's really far. Okay, so can you feel mine, guys? Can you feel it beaming? Because I am excited. Do I want to recap? Probably not. Do I? Maybe. Yes, I do. Okay, recap. Wait, how much time do I have? 6 whole minutes. Wow, I feel abundant. I don't have room for all these on my little display. Oh, I'm so excited by these cards. I'm like buzzing from the excitement, as usual. Okay. We have seeds of potential. And we also have gifts and talents. It's all related. We have seeds of potential. Expansion awaits us. We're here to build something, to expand, even if just build a beautiful life. We want to be able to tune in to those intuitive messages that are always trying to reach us so that we can follow the impulses and expand on those seeds. So we know when to water them, how to water them, what fertilizer to use. Hi, Andra. Yay! So we need to remember we have these gifts and talents that are unique to us. Now, don't get too dramatic about it, people. If you don't know what your gifts and talents are, first of all, you could be here just to be a beamer, just to be a person who lifts people's spirits. Look what's happened with my Humor Me group. It's up to 50,000 people, and all I did was follow the impulse to create a group where we could be uplifted during a challenging time. And then, look, 50,000 people are laughing now more because I followed my impulse. I mean, crazy. And I wouldn't call that a gift or talent. I would call that following my incoming messages. Okay. Of course, I do like to share funny things, so you could call that a talent, but it's not my jokes. I'm not doing stand-up, even though I've often thought that maybe stand-up is something I could have done if I'm not doing this work. I don't know. We'll see. You never know. It could be down the road. I kind of hope not. Okay. Anyway, these are like little stand-up shows. You know that. More like sit down, but you know. So use those gifts and talents. We need to remember we have them. We need to remember to share them. But we also need to remember how important downtime is, how important balance is. We've got the 6 year, 2022 is 6 all year. We've got this energy of 6, which is about giving to others and healing others and love and home and family and being of service. But with 6, you need to learn to find balance because 6 does get overextended. It gets drained from giving out too much, putting out too much of its energy, serving, not knowing when to serve, bring back that energy to serve itself back into a place of wellness where it can give. So fill up your cup. This 7 is asking you, fill up your cup. rejuvenate. Why? Because in August, we're going into 8. 7 always comes before 8 because you need to fill up a tank before you go into the 8. 8 is action, 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 and going far, just making things happen. So you've got to have a full tank of energy reserves to be able to do all that physical action that the 8 requires in August. So fill up your tank now, my friends. I know we have the 4 energy that wants to get things done, and we can do it, but just remember to find balance between doing and being this month, okay? Get a few things done, take a rest. Take a rest if you don't feel up to getting things done, and then you should be recharged enough to then when you do feel like getting things done, you should be able to get a lot done in that time. Today was one of those days where I was dead tired in the morning, and then boom, 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 boom. Action, action, action later. Okay, so challenge to embrace. Trust the timing. Nature doesn't hurry, yet everything gets accomplished. Let it unfold. Be patient. Know that there's a divine timing to all of this. Don't make it happen. Let it happen. Allow its unfolding. Challenge to embrace is shine, baby, shine. Sparkle and shine. Sparkle and shine. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. And the more recharged you are, the more shiny you're going to be, because you're going to have all of your energy filled up to the brim, ready to spill out effervescently onto others. That's how it works. Okay, guys? If you're interested in, I was going to say booking a session, we can do that too. The phone sessions are so damn fun and hilarious, and very strong energy comes through. You can book a session with me on the phone through theblissfulknowing.com. But I now offer these build your own readings if you want a letter from your guides. How cool is that? How beautiful is that? You can get that now. A letter from your spirit guides, 1 to 2 pages long. Or you can just try out this mini reading, which I keep trying to make for you guys, which is anywhere from 1-line response to a whole paragraph response. Depending on what comes through, that's going to be a little bit more of my energy, I think, but the guides are coming through very strongly yet softly in these letters, these extensive readings that are an add-on option. If you want to buy that on my website, I will link it below, okay? Please say hi if you're watching the replay. I love to hear from you. I love to hear your feedback. It's so fun. We're a community. And so I read every one of your messages. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will be signing off for a couple weeks for my downtime, for my rejuvenation sabbatical period. Unless I'm guided to come on, you never know. You just never know. But my plan is to find some downtime. Will still be available for the written readings and phone sessions. I will get you in at the time that I can get you in. Trust the timing. Talk to you soon. Love you all. I'll link everything below. Thank you. Bye.